Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening right here in our community, and today will be no different. Tap, tap, tap. That's one of the sounds that you often hear throughout the course of a given year because of an organization that spends its time in the process of building for others so that their quality of life can be enhanced. It's Habitat for Humanity of Madison County, and the executive director is Myra Sanderson. I have the great privilege of talking to her today. Myra, welcome to the broadcast.
I am delighted to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you, and of course, Habitat has an incredible reputation for doing exactly what I said, the idea of building families and building lives. So let's kind of talk from the very beginning about maybe introducing the people to what Habitat is for those who may not know.
Sure. Habitat for Humanity is an ecumenical Christian housing ministry, and we partner with people from all walks of lives, so that all people can have homes as they need them. It was founded by Millard Fuller in the 70s, and it has been in Huntsville since 1987. One of the things that people don't know about Habitat is that all of the work that goes into it from the families who qualify for the program. Lots of times people will say Habitat gives homes away. That couldn't be further from the truth. Families have to qualify. They have 3 different criteria that they have to meet.
And what are those criteria?
They have to have a need, which means they're living in substandard housing or overcrowded condition. Public housing was never meant to be a long-term solution for someone's home. So that is a need. They have to have ability to pay. Now here is the big thing, and why we don't give homes away. There is a Habitat mortgage that goes with each property. There is 0% interest on that mortgage. We just charge what it costs to build the home, and divide that out by the 30 years that it is. But you have to have an ability to pay. So we work with low-income individuals and families within our community based on area median income. So once a need is established and their ability to pay, then they have to have a willingness to partner. And that...
Here comes the sweat equity.
Exactly right. They have to work 350 sweat equity hours helping build other people's homes, helping build their own home, and attending 50+ hours of education at our affiliate.
Talk about why that's so important, because I obviously get it. But some people might say, hey, these are people who are already having a difficult time. Why would you make them go build other people's homes? I get it. Tell us why that's such a critical component of the Habitat theory.
One of the things that's very prevalent that social scientists have studied and is very active in our community right now is when helping hurts. And generally, helping begins to hurt when you give items away and an individual doesn't have an opportunity to invest themselves and to help build their self-worth, to help grow their self-esteem, if you will. And that is one of the things that Habitat has modeled ever since its inception, is that if you're interested in having a home, you have to have some investment in it as well yourself. And not only does it help with building self-esteem as individuals build others' homes and then start on their own home, it gives them the assurance that they can fix things in their home. They don't have to call a repair person for minor things that need to be done. We've had a lot of homeowners say, well, I've built my house, now I can, and fill in the blank. I can go back to school. I can become a manager at my workplace, and my children can go to school. So it really builds upon itself. We have a dedication at every home that's completed, and many, many times homeowners select a Bible verse that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And they use that because they know they can do all things now that you've helped build your house, you know? It's impressive.
Yeah, that's kind of like the last frontier for some people. If I can build my house, I
Exactly.
know I can literally do anything. And you know, don't you think people appreciate what they have more when they put that amount of effort into actually uh, being a part of the journey, not just their own journey, but someone else's journey? I would just imagine how important that is. And I also think about things in my life that I appreciate so much more because I had to do it. You know, purchase of my first home, purchase of
That's
my
right.
first car, the things that we sometimes depend on others for. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's some other institution or some other resource. But when you've actually put your own effort into it, it just seems like it's so much sweeter.
It is, and that's what we find at Habitat. One of the things that we witness is that when a Habitat homeowner closes on their home, they become a homeowner, you might think that their mission with Habitat is complete. Well, it's not. Like I said, they have a mortgage that they pay back. They pay back to Habitat, so it comes part of our extending our mission as well, so that we gather all those small payments, and it might assist us in purchasing land at some point or other avenues to grow the mission. We also see Habitat homeowners come back out to the construction site and help others get their home as well. So when Habitat gets in your blood, we call that habititis.
I love it.
And so once you come and you begin to help others and others help you, it is infectious.
And we hope there's no cure.
And that's right. And you want to come back and continue to be a part.
That is absolutely astounding. You know, I wonder how, you know, and I had a short period of time on the board, so I know a little bit about some of the inner workings of Habitat. How do you decide where you're going to build a home?
It depends on where we own property. Habitat purchases lots on the open market. Sometimes we have lots donated or homes donated to us as well. So we build where we can buy. And we are always looking for more land, more affordable land, because of course that is part of the mortgage package.
Yeah.
So that's what we do.
And then in order to be able to buy the land, you have to have donations and other kinds
Correct.
of sponsorships. So,
Correct.
you know, one of the things you guys do so well is you're able to recruit volunteers. I'm always talking to people that are saying, you know, we'd like to maybe link up with Habitat and, you know, build a home, and they're real excited and energized about that. And that's a good thing. You guys have really done such a phenomenal job of that. You've also done a good job of identifying funding resources, but you can never really have enough of that. So big shout out to sponsors and donors up to now, but there's always a great need for that, isn't there?
Yes, there is. And right now, particularly, we have a lot of volunteers coming. And well, we have ongoing volunteer needs. And we also have ongoing needs for people who need homes. So with those two, you can see that a funding stream needs to grow and grow. So every little bit helps. So if you're interested in donating to Habitat, you can check out our website, which is habitatmadisonco.org, or check us out on Facebook, the Madison County Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, and of course, there are ample opportunities to be able to do that. I think one of the best places to start for maybe somebody that's listening this afternoon that's interested in perhaps investing in something in the community is maybe pick up the phone and have a conversation with you.
Absolutely.
Make an appointment with you to kind of find out, you know, what is Habitat all about? I think a lot of times we kind of throw a dart, you know, kind of close our eyes and throw a dart at an organization that we think we want to support, but we don't always spend the time to really get to know what that organization does. And you know this as well as I do, that when you get on the inside of these organizations and recognize exactly what it takes to make that organization work for real, then you really get a greater understanding and appreciation for what goes into the process of bringing that all together. So you may have a dedication for a Habitat home, but you've had a chance to see it from the very beginning of that process.
That's right.
And so it is a different kind of a celebration on that day for you as you celebrate with those families, but you've seen that whole journey and you understand it in ways that other people don't. So getting behind this process in terms of understanding what drives it is such an important dynamic of that. I do not want to let you get away without maybe talking a little bit about the success stories of Habitat. I know you've got a ton of them, but perhaps there's something out there that just kind of tugs at your heart and mind right now, and you're thinking about maybe a family that I can imagine this is a life-changing experience for some people. For some people, it's a second chance. For some people, it's a renewal of sorts. There are all kinds of metaphors that I can think about when I think about what Habitat represents. And perhaps you have some story that you could share with the audience about one of those success stories.
I can name a couple, so let me sort of get started. One individual we had working with us was a laborer. He was a farmer, and he and his family lived in a dilapidated trailer. His daughter was special needs, and they needed a home with that would accommodate that, with a ramp and handbars in the bathrooms, things of that nature. And he was no stranger to hard work at all. Very hard-working man, and an incredible worker, getting all of his sweat equity hours. I mean, he was way and above, accomplished those before his house got finished. And at his dedication, we were there with the church sponsors, and everyone was congratulating him, and his wife was speaking, and he was a man of very few words. And all he could really do was look at the crowd and say thank you, and then turn and lean on his new house and weep.
Wow.
That he was just so grateful that he couldn't say more than thank you,
Wow.
and that was enough.
Wow.
We also have a young mother who has a young daughter, and her mother died unexpectedly, leaving 5 brothers and sisters. And so she stepped up and is now raising her 5 brothers and sisters. So they are Habitat partner families, and looking forward to changing their lives so that all that family can stay together in a situation that is not crowded, and that will be honoring to the love that their mother had for them.
Yeah. You're not just building homes, you're really building lives in a very tangible way. And that's
Yes.
got to be a tremendous amount of gratification that comes from that.
That's what causes habititis.
Yeah. That infectious disease that we hope there's never, that there will never be a cure found for.
Yes.
You know, and the Habitat homes, I've seen them, I've been in them, been to some dedications. There's some great homes with some great living space and some great communities around this county. And this is one of the amazing stories, I think, about our community that continues to demonstrate how resourceful we are, and how when we're willing to make an impact in other people's lives and just simply come together around a common cause and engage those people in the process, how much we can gain out of that. And it's just the Habitat story.
Well, it's certainly a privilege for me to be involved in Habitat. I have been there for quite a while, and I thoroughly enjoy this mission. It is a part of you know, who I am at this point. I have habititis. And, but one of the things that we do, I want to talk really briefly on at Habitat that so many people don't know, is our education element. You know, I mentioned that we had sweat equity hours. Of that 350, there is about 50 plus hours in education, and that ranges in from our construction class, where we teach to measure twice, cut once. It is a home repair class, a lawn maintenance class, what does your mortgage look like, and the closing documents. But one of the key pieces of that is that we also teach Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, and require our applicants to complete that 9-week class, and then after that they have to walk with a mentor, applying all of the skills that they had learned through that class, which really gives them a strong financial understanding of what it's going to be a homeowner, and how you have to have an emergency fund for home repair or to buy new tires or things of that nature. And so many people don't realize that we have that strong educational element with our affiliate.
Yeah, Habitat homeowners are some of the best prepared homeowners in the land, I would imagine, after all that they go through in the process.
Yes.
Myra Sanderson is Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity of Madison County. Great talking with you today. Again, if somebody wants to contact you or find out more about the organization, where can they go?
They can go find us on the web at habitatmadisonco.org. They can find us on our Facebook page. They can also just use the old standard and call 256-533-2282.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Myra, for that great information.
All right, thank you so much, Kenny. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. We love Habitat, just a great organization doing some really meaningful, valuable, people-oriented things in our community. And we hope that you've learned a lot today, and perhaps you've been inspired to give or to share or to volunteer. We've got that information up on the screen so that you can make sure that you connect with Myra and the team at Habitat for Humanity of Madison County. You can also see a video of the show that you just watched on our Facebook page, which is Impact with Kenny Anderson, and you can see some behind-the-scenes shots of what happens once the camera stops rolling. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. I hope that you have a great day.